Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Saroj Rimal, and in today's session I would like to continue with my SQL tutorials. Okay, for the today's session what I will be doing is I will take you through the group by and the aggregation function. Okay, so I have 5 questions for today's session, so I will practice these questions and I will try to make you understand how the group by and aggregation function work in SQL. Okay, so basically before starting, so we need to understand what is group by and what are aggregation functions, right? So basically group by function is used to group the rows that have same values in specified columns, and even it helps to perform the aggregate function in each groups. Okay, so what are the aggregate functions? So there is a question mark. Okay, so aggregate functions are like I don't know, maybe how many of you have like written the SQL queries so far, or how many of you are the fresher. So aggregate functions are like we use sum, average, count, likewise minimum and maximum. Those kind of functions are the aggregate functions. Okay, so whenever we use the aggregate function, then it is mandatory to use the group by. Okay, otherwise let's say, okay, I will take it through the data set and maybe it will help you to understand through the example, I believe, rather than explaining. I think if we do step by step, then it's easier to understand. Okay, yeah, for a simple term, group by, it helps to group the data into categories, okay, based on or more columns. So this is a simple definition. Okay, so I will just copy this thing. Okay, and I will, so this is our last window where so in our last video we did the date and time function, right? We practiced that one, so I'm continuing from here. Let me paste it here and let me give this a comment. Okay, okay. So our first question is find the average length of stay per department. Okay, so basically what the question is looking for, we have the department column and we have the average we have the length of stay. Okay, this is the average length of stay for, I mean, this is the length of stay for each patient. Now we want to fetch the data for, we have to get the data of each department and the average stay for each department. That means how we can do this one? First of all, select, so our query, we need to look for department, then after we have to look for average length of stay, right? So we have, this is the average, this is the ABG means average, this is the aggregate function, average length of stay as average length of stay. So from our table name, length of stay time, okay, ls underscore time, this is our table name. Now if we run this query like this, then we will definitely get any error. Okay, so what we have to do is, once we use the average, we are looking for the average length of stay for on the basis of department. That means we have to use the group by. So group by department. Let me run this query. Okay, so here is our answer. Here are the departments. There are 5 departments: cardiology, general medicine, neurology, orthopedics and surgery, and we have the average length of stay for each department. Okay, so if you if you want to sort this one from largest, then you can use order by function as well. Order by average descending. This will help us to sort on the basis of highest to lowest. So highest one is cardiology, neurology, and the lowest one is the general medicine. Right. Now let's go for the another question. Count the total number of readmitted patient for diagnosis. So let's go with our data. So we have to look for the patients that are admitted on the basis of diagnosis. That means it's clear. We have to group on the basis of diagnosis. Let's start. We have to look for diagnosis, right? Okay, diagnosis. Then after count the number of readmitted patient. Okay, sorry, my bad. So it's looking for the readmitted patient only. We only need to group the patient who are readmitted. That means only the S. We have to exclude the no, and we have to group the S on the basis of diagnosis. Okay, select diagnosis, then we have to look for count the number of readmitted patient. Okay, count. Let's count the patient ID as total readmitted patients from our table name. Then after, now the question is looking for only the readmitted patient, so we have to put the condition. So our condition will be where readmission equals to yes, right? This means we selected the readmission column and we put the condition. We only need the data of this yes. Now we have to use the group by diagnosis. Let me run this one. Okay, we got the total readmitted patient on the basis of diagnosis. Okay, so we grouped on the basis of diagnosis. For the heart attack 54, so appendix 55, stroke 53. Okay, yeah, this is the one. Now let's go with the another question. Find the department with the highest number of admissions. So we have to group on the basis of department and we have to find the highest number of admissions. That means we can count the patient. Select department, count patient ID as total admissions from. Then after, what we need to do, we need to use group by. This is mandatory, as today's session is for the group by. So group by, you have to use this one, and group by department. Right. So our question is looking for find the department with the highest number of admissions. So our answer, we got all the department and the admissions, total admissions, but our question is with the highest. So that means we only need the data of this neurology. As we can see, neurology has the highest number of admissions. What we can use, let's use order by total admissions. We went from highest to lowest. Let me run this one. Okay. neurology, so it came on the first. So I think we are just near to our answer. Now we only need the one highest number, okay, one department, so we can use the top one. If we use this one, then here is our desired answer. So neurology has the highest number of admissions, that's up 113. Now let's jump to our second last question. Find the top 3 diagnoses that resulted in the longest average length of stay. Okay, so what this question is looking for, we have to group on the basis of diagnosis, and we have to look for average length of stay and only the top 3. Select diagnosis, then after average length of stay as longest length of stay from then after group by diagnosis. If we run this query, then we got the diagnosis and then after longest length of stay. So but we only need the top 3. That means we need diabetes, then after heart attack and pneumonia. So for that one, what we can do, we can use the order by then after we can use the descending format. If we use this one, okay, it's in the descending format. Now we only need top 3. Okay, so we got our answer: diabetes, heart attack and pneumonia with respective values. Okay, length of stay. So let's go to our final question. Calculate the total hospital cost per department. So we are looking for total cost of stay and we have to group on the basis of department. So how it works is, it will look for the cost of stay for orthopedics. So once we write the query, then it will scan this table and it will look for the orthopedics department, and here this value, it will add this value. Likewise, it will scan and go for another orthopedics and it will add this value. Likewise, it will go for another orthopedics and add this value. Similarly, it will go for neurology and it will add this one and another neurology, this one, right? So this is how group by function work. So calculate the total hospital cost per department. Okay, select department, then after we need to do, we need to use the sum. This is the aggregation function, right? Sum, then after total cost of stay table. This is the column name as total cost from, then after we have to use the group by department. Okay, let's run this query. Okay, we got the department name and we got the total cost, but you can see here we got a lot of decimals at the last. Now what we can do is we can do the round up for this one, and we can only add the 2 decimals. So let me use the round up. I will put the parenthesis, let me give the comma, and how many decimals we want. We want 2. Okay, yeah, this is how this round, I mean, it's not mandatory, it's up to you. Either if you want, you can use this one, or if you don't want, then either way you can do it. But like, to make it clear and clean, we can use the round, right? Then if you want like 3 decimals, then you can use the 3. Yeah, you can see the 3 decimals at the last. And let me use the order by as well. Order by total cost. Sorry. Okay, so neurology has the total cost, general medicine mid second, and surgery third. Okay, yeah. This is how the group by and the aggregation function works. I hope you understood. However, if you have any questions, then don't forget to leave a comment on the comment section. I would definitely reply back to you. And yeah, this is it for the today's video. For the next session, I will do some order by and windows functions, and then after I will go with the another case study as well. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, share. Thank you very much, and see you on the next video. Thanks.